Hey everybody, I'm Kasha, and welcome back to Sakura Spirit. I'm here with like a Neko girl, and we're reading through it, and we're picking up right where we left off. Yeah, I know what I just said. I know, it was totally on purpose, totally intentional. That being said, we just, Takahiro, not we, but Takahiro just picked some apples with Maeko, and now we're returning inside to find out what Machiko has for us. So, we returned to Machiko and enjoyed our dessert together. It wasn't too long after that Maeko started to feel sleepy, so Machiko took her to bed, wishing me a good night. Didn't we just wake up?
We probably woke up in the late afternoon, though.
Well, I mean, we could have just... The next morning... I woke the next morning with the sun filtering through the wooden blinds, yawning loudly. The girls had very graciously given me an entire room to myself, and it was certainly a lot bigger than my room back home. It was still early in the morning, likely a bit before breakfast, that I decided to spend a short moment gathering my thoughts. It was clear that in order to learn more about my situation, I need to pay a visit to that shrine. Maybe I could even find the answers to some other questions that have been lingering in the back of my mind for a while now. The fact that Machiko seemed surprisingly nervous at the mention of Tsuyuri's name made me wonder about their relationship. What could have possibly happened to make Machiko react like that?
Maybe it's an ex.
Maybe. The apparent hostility between the villagers and the fox spirits was another issue altogether. Of course, I couldn't forget about the fact that I needed to find a way to get home as well. Just as I finished gathering my thoughts, Maeko's voice resounded from the downstairs.
Takani, breakfast is ready. Could you go get One-sama?
Sure, we'll be right there. I quickly made my way out of the room, finding myself within one of the corridors of the mansion. Once outside, it didn't take me too long to find Machiko wandering down the corridor, her lips curving into a smile when she saw me. No need to look for me, Taka-kun. Maeka's voice reached me loud and clear. Good morning, Machiko-san. Did you sleep well? It was a decent sleep, perhaps a bit lonely. However, you seem to be getting along well with my little sister. Takani, was it? Perhaps I should consider you my rival in the quest for the heart of our dear Maeko-chan. She seems to like it, I guess. I'll be stuck with that name for a while now. Oh, is it not to your liking? Well, perhaps you would prefer darling instead. You were watching us? Indeed. It was taking you both such a long time. I grew rather curious and snuck out. But I didn't see you at all. Well, I am a fox spirit. Hiding myself from humans is like playing hide-and-seek with a child. Then, why didn't you use your hiding skills to hide from the guards? Now that you mention it, the thought never occurred to me. Well, it certainly was fun getting chased by them. Unfortunately, Maeko does not have the best control over her change. She is far too excitable and unable to maintain the illusion. It is her one magical blind spot. I'm sure it would have been fun if the Sundia tyrant had caught you both. Wouldn't have been fun. That certainly would have been an unpleasant experience. Then again, I am sure you would have ended up saving me, wouldn't you, Taka-kun? I noticed a subtle change in Machiko's voice as the sweet, sugar-coated words caused my cheeks to flush red. I wasn't really any good at dealing with this girl's flirty attitude. Stepping backwards, I turned towards the stairs at the end of the corridor and replied in a hurried tone, Maeko-chan is waiting for us. And with that, I rushed towards the kitchen with Machiko giggling behind me as she followed.
Ah, good morning, both of you. I fixed up some eggs and toast for you. There's some oranges, too.
Ah, wonderful. Thank you, little one. You are getting better at this. To wake up, knowing a pretty girl made my breakfast, it's good to be alive. Perhaps you would enjoy having one resting by your side as well. That's a bit overkill, especially considering the condition of said girl. I recall the sight of Machiko sleeping yesterday, and my cheeks immediately grew red. I quickly sat down at the table and tried to distract myself by changing the subject. So thanks, you two. I learned a little bit about this world. How about I return the favor and talk about mine? You have anything you wish to ask?
Oh, yes. I want to know. What are the spirits like in your world?
Spirits, you say? Thought about her question for a moment before I replied with a sheepish grin. Well, In my world, spirits only exist in folk tales. They appear in stories, and certain religions even worship them. But it's not like we got them running around like they do in this world. Folk tales? Worship? Your world is strange, Takakun.
Aw, that's kind of boring. What about your life? Are you the defender of your village? You said something about judo before. What is that?
You mean judo? Well, in my world, people go to this place called school. It's basically a place of knowledge, where you learn a lot of things before you're considered an adult in our society. But in my world, the defenders are known as the police. They keep things peaceful and such. I'm just a student. I guess you could say that I'm studying to become a defender. Not just of my village, but of my whole country. It was a bit exaggerated, but it felt nice to call myself a defender.
That sounds weird. Is this pole-ease like the army or something? Defending the whole nation?
Your world is very strange, Takakun. I wouldn't call it strange, Machiko-san. It's this world that's weird. But no, the police is like the gods of the village. We do have an actual army that defends the country, though.
Either way, your world sounds like fun, especially if everyone's like you. Anyway, Oh no! Dang it! These oranges all have worms in them. Ew! One-sama, did you forget to check them again?
Oh, how terrible! I must have been overcome with fatigue and never got around to checking them properly.
Boo! Big old lazy meanie! I'll just have to go and get some apples instead.
As Mayeko went outside to grab some apples, my eyes drifted toward Machiko, who was observing me with a content smile, clearly pleased with something. It's such a relief to see her in such a good mood. It has been a tough few months, I'll admit. She has been upset that her magical skills have not been progressing as fast as they once did. Well, we all have our ups and downs, especially when it comes to studying. I still remember how I used to dread exams. So little time for my judo. It made me rather sad at times. That does sound rather stressful. Tell me, Takakun, what is it you study? I am intrigued by this school notion. Well, my situation's a bit different from most. While I go to school like everyone else, I actually aim to become an athlete. To explain it in a way you'd understand, an athlete is someone who practices a certain sport, and those who are among the best end up representing their country. I have an upcoming tournament that will decide whether or not I will be able to represent my country in judo. I think I understand. Your focus is on your strength, and while gathering knowledge to allow yourself multitude of options, an interesting method. I should thank you. I guess you could say it's like that, but why thank me? I believe it's that your sudden appearance in our world has a lot to do with Mayeko's newfound joy. I can hear her singing, something I have not heard in weeks. Did I skip?
No.
Okay, I thought I skipped one. It warms my heart to see her so overjoyed, and I believe it is because of you. Thank you, Takakun. I doubt that's the only reason, but you're welcome. I smiled bashfully at Machiko before continuing. Then again, I should also thank you for busting my rear out of jail. I don't want to think about what I would have been doing if I was still in the care of the tsundere tyrant. You are most welcome, but please, do not be so hard on Mio-chan. There are many things here beyond her control. But perhaps it is out of our hands now. I still wish to thank you, Takakun. I have been wondering about how I might repay you for bringing such joy to Mayeko-chan. Repay me? For a moment my thoughts drifted towards a certain idea, but my cheeks quickly turned scarlet red at the thought.
How's your voice going?
I don't know, it's starting to hurt. Can you tell?
Yeah, I can tell.
Oh, I'm doing so much talking.
And here I thought that I'd be the one that'd be screwed.
I thought you would have to do so much more talking than me. Get away. I couldn't ask something like that of her. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Hold on, let me take a sip of water.
I'm sure you need it.
God damn. I'm not sure I have anything in mind. I think your smile is enough. You are a true gentleman, Takakun. It's a shame, though. I was thinking of such naughty things, too. The fox spirit giggled to herself as she turned towards the garden, watching Mayeko struggle to descend from one of the trees with an arm full of apples. Mayeko-chan, there's only 3 of us. Your belly does not count for a 4th person. Speaking of a fourth person, it sounded like you two used to talk a lot with the spirit at the shrine. Why do you get so nervous whenever this Sayuri is involved? Yeah, that's not important. Oh, is that giant bird carrying the seed of the world tree? Oh, maybe it is. I should go and... Ah, Sayuri Dono. Thank you for visiting us today. Machiko-san is right over there. Ah, Sayuri, no, I'm sorry. I've just been terribly busy. Please forgive me, Sayuri-sama. Whoa, I didn't think you'd get that flustered. Is she that amazing of a person? You don't understand. It's complicated. There are certain skills that I, as a fox spirit, possess. A subtle way of talking or acting that influence how people perceive me. They are, I suppose you would consider social skills, but for spirits, Sayuri is capable of completely negating these, and it leaves me feeling rather nervous and helpless. I see, so basically she's immune to your flirting, and connecting the dots in my mind, I planted the palm of my hand against my forehead. Now I get it. You're afraid of approaching her because this Sayuri is a bigger flirt than you. But if she's flirting with you... Oh, I see. You swing that way. For some reason, I felt rather disappointed. That's not true. Well, maybe. I mean, she has an overwhelming presence. Doesn't allow me to properly, do my thing. I'm not sure what you mean by swinging, however. It, means that, like girls. Oh, really? Well, how about we forget about Sayuri for now, and I show you exactly which way I do swing, Takakun.
Think she's bi then?
It's a visual novel. Like, yeah. I do. Kinda thought that was obvious. Shh. That won't be necessary. But she must be quite a challenge to deal with, considering. I briefly lowered my voice to whisper. You're already a handful to deal once you start your teasing. Ah, you're perhaps less the gentleman I thought you to be, Takakun. What am I then? A lovable rogue, perhaps. Or maybe you see yourself as more of a hero type. Of course I am a hero. A perverted one, but a hero nonetheless.
Ane-sama, Takani!
Welcome back, Mayuko-chan. How did the hunt for the golden apple go?
No golden ones, but I got a load of good ones. Even one that's shaped like a heart. You can have that one, Takani.
An apple shaped like a heart? Interesting. Does this mean you're confessing your love to me by giving me this?
Maybe I am.
I seriously think Ichikawa would kill me if he saw me in my current situation. Why, thank you, fair lady. I shall savor every moment of its sweet flavor. Maeko, how could you betray your love for me, your one and only sister? Did our time together mean nothing? Oh my!
But I love you too, Ane-sama. I found a super big apple for you.
Polygamy at its finest.
Well, we better hurry up. We're gonna go see Tsu-chan.
Wait, what? I thought we would at least need to ask her permission and wait until she grew bored enough to reply.
I know, but when I was picking apples, I found one of her tiny familiars. She said she wanted to see us today.
Oh, poopy. Well, yeah, guess we're gonna run into Tsuyuru next episode, but honestly, I can't do this anymore. My throat hurts.
We should probably stop for now then.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be it for this one until my voice recovers at least, and we, get lazy, get bored enough to not be lazy to record. So with all that being said, that's gonna be it for today. If you liked, feel free to like, favorite, share, subscribe, and so on and so forth. And if you want to see more Sakura Spirit or any of the other games that I've done, I've got them. And I'm Kasha.
I'm like a Neko girl.
And so we go.
Yeah, I bet niggas be sleeping on me. Been laying low, cause the reaper on me. From 12 skinnies, whole block hungry. The streets of Philly, man, I gotta keep my heater on me. Lost souls, fuck hoes and leave them lonely. Rose gold, try and get my pockets like fresh. Them lames ain't know that I was next. I do this shit for life and beyond.